on you, the inner you. And that means, like you said, meditation, figuring out who you are, figuring out your thoughts, working on your self-talk, making sure that you're speaking the right words, reading good books that are going to help you in your life, right? Not just reading a book because I recommended it, reading a book that really is going to help you in your personal development, whether it's, whether you're going to read a book on consistency, whether you're going to read a book on leadership, whether you're going to read a book on specific business that you're on, right? You got to read very specific books, right? Writing down your goals, right? Every single day, journal, right? Because look, these are things that have to be done. I'll show you guys something really quick, right? So you guys can see something. Right, so look, this is what happens here. Look at this. Right, I journal. And then once I'm done journaling, I write down 5 things I'm grateful for. I write down affirmations. I write down questions, and then I write down goals. So this is how it works, and this has to be something you do every day. Right? I am abundant. I am connected. I am resilient. I am blessed. I am aligned. I am chosen. Why am I so good at building a closer relationship with God? Why am I so good at developing the leaders around me? Why am I so good at experiencing quantum leaps in all areas of my life? Why am I so good at producing a vibration that aligns with my desires? Why am I so good at maximizing my opportunities? Right? I am so happy and grateful now that I am self-mastery. This is me writing down my goals. I am so happy and grateful now that I'm earning $100K a month in profit through multiple streams of income. I am so happy and grateful now that I am a Chairman 50 qualified. I am so happy and grateful now that my parents are retired, healthy, and financially free. I am so happy and grateful now that I have 10 Chairman 10 in my organization. Thank you, God. Right? But how many people are doing that? Every time I write that, every time I do that, it's putting me in a high vibration. And think about that. I've already accomplished success and I'm still doing this. Still to this day. That was just a couple weeks ago. Every day. You got to do this every day, every single day. It has to become a lifestyle. It has to become like a routine where you do it every day. So imagine you programming your mind to see that every single day. Imagine that. Imagine every single day you programmed your mind 7 days a week to program your mind to see that every day, to speak affirmations every day, to ask the right questions every day. Because what you guys didn't see was the questions that I asked, right? Think about the questions that I'm asking. Why am I so good at building a closer relationship with God? Remember, whatever you ask, you receive. So what I'm doing is I'm asking, why am I so good? Not why do I suck at building a relationship with God? Why do I struggle to build a relationship with God? That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking, why am I so good at this? Here, give me the answer as why am I so good at building a relationship with God? Why am I so good at experiencing quantum leaps in all areas of my life? You know how powerful that is? I'm asking, why is Neno so good at experiencing quantum leaps in all areas of his life? Here, Neno, this is why you're so good at experiencing quantum leaps in all areas of your life. This is why you're so good. Here's the situation. Here's this circumstance. Here's this situation. Here's these people that are going to help you experience that quantum leap. Listen to this next one. Why am I so good at producing a vibration that aligns with my desires? That's a phenomenal question to ask. Think about that question real quick. Why is Neno so good at producing a vibration that aligns with what he wants, with his desires? Imagine if you could ask the right questions. Imagine what would happen for you. A lot of us are just asking the wrong questions. We're asking, man, why do I struggle so much? Why don't things never work out in my favor? Why does my business not grow? And then I'm writing down my goals. I'm so happy and grateful now that I am earning $100,000 a month in profit through multiple streams of income. It's a pretty fire goal right there. I'm so happy and grateful now that I am earning $100,000 a month in profit. Which means that this is after expenses. This is after I spend. I am earning $100,000 a month in profit through multiple streams of income. It's already done, bro. I'm writing it down every single day. There's no doubt in my mind that this is going to happen. I can't control when it's going to happen. But guess what? I asked for $100,000 a month. I got to be ready for the challenges that come with $100,000 a month. So the challenges I'm going through right now is preparing me for the $100,000 a month. That's how it works. That's why they say be careful what you ask for. Because when you ask for something, you're going to get challenged to see if you're worthy of receiving it. $100K a month. I know people making $1 million a month. I remember when I used to think $10,000 a month was a lot of money. I remember when I used to think $5,000 a month was a lot of money. Until I started meeting people that were making $500,000 a month. And then I'm like, yo. And you know what was the biggest advice? You know what was the biggest advice my mentor told me when I asked him? I was like, yo, if you could start all over again, what would be the best advice that you could give me, bro? Give me the best advice you could give me. You know what he said? He said, you got to dream bigger much sooner. He said, I wish I would have dreamed bigger much sooner. You're limiting yourself thinking you could just make $10,000 a month. You're limiting yourself. You're limiting yourself. I promise you, you are. Bro, my friends, I've seen it with my own eyes. Weeks where I got paid $2,500 or $3,000. I've seen my friends make $100K the same week that I made $3,000 in a week. And I was like, sheesh, bro. Like, when you start thinking about it, like, you know, if you're making $3,000, $4,000 a month, that's good money. You know, if you're making $3,000, $4,000 a month, you're looking at, you know, $12,000 to $15,000 a month that you're making. If you're making $3,000, $4,000 a week, you're like, sheesh, bro, I'm making money. This is good money. And I thought I was the man. You think you the man and shit. And then your mentor shows you his check and he just made $101,000 for the week. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, sheesh, bro. $100,000 a week. There's people doing that, fam. But you know why? Because they believed bigger much sooner. They've believed bigger a lot sooner. And then there's people that I know that make $1 million a month. For you to make $1 million a month, that means you got to make $250K a week, at least. There's people that don't earn $250K in 4 years. I know people making that in a week. And you know what's the funniest part about it? All of them do what I just told you. They write it down every single day. They use their imagination every single day. You know why I do those things? Because they told me to do that. That's what they told me. They said, yo, Neno, you got to write it down every day. You got to see it every day. You got to read these books. My mentor told me to read this book. Because remember, success is 99% spiritual, 1% physical. Some of you guys don't even understand that right there. 99% spiritual and 1% physical. But you know what the problem is? We only work on the 1%. And that's the unfortunate part, which is the physical. But the 99% that matters, we don't work on it. And what's the 99%? Our thoughts. When I talk about spiritual, I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about your thoughts. So imagine your whole life working on the 1%, when in reality, the success was in the 99%. That's why it goes. That's why I say, remember this. That's why I say we are the people. We are the fly in the story. That was me. I was the fly in the story. What does the fly do? It keeps hitting this window over and over and over again, not knowing that in reality, if you just turn around, the door is wide open and you're free. Well, if you just focus on the 1%, which is just the work, you are what? The fly hitting the windowsill. But if you turn around and you work on the 99%, which is the spiritual side of success, you're free. Your whole life will change. But the thing is that nobody wants to work on it. Nobody wants to take the time to do it. Nobody wants to make it a priority. Neno, what's the spiritual side of success? Your thoughts, family. You got to reprogram that. And you guys have heard me say this for years. Some of you guys have heard me say this year after year, and this is just another training that you're hearing it for maybe the 10th or 20th time. But you haven't applied it consistently over time. You haven't. You have to work on the spiritual side of success more than you work on the physical side of success. I dedicate my mornings to the spiritual side of success. All my thoughts, programming my thoughts for success, reading, meditating, visualizing, writing down goals, listening to audios every day. And every day you have to do it, every single day. As a man thinks, so is he, so is she as well. You become what you think about most of the time. As a man thinketh, so is he. The most successful quotes in the world all lead back to what? Your thoughts. You become what you think about most of the time. That's the biggest secret. That's the strangest secret. The strangest secret is that you become what you think about most of the time. There's a whole book dedicated to as a man thinketh, so is he. The book that has created the most millionaires in the world is called what? Think and Grow Rich. What's the first word in that book? Think and grow rich. I just gave you guys 3 examples that go all the way back to your thoughts. As a man thinketh, so is he. The strangest secret. You become what you think about most of the time. The book that has created the most millionaires. What does it say? Think and Grow Rich. That's what I did. That's all I did to be successful. The only reason business works for me is because of my mindset. The reason why it hasn't worked for so many people is because they didn't have the right mindset. Most don't have the right mindset. Most don't. They don't. I'm telling you, most don't think. And look at what happens. Look at how people get programmed, right? Look at how people get programmed real quick. You guys are going to laugh your asses off about this. You see how they say, my mentor taught me this once. He said, look at what happens to employees. And this is no disrespect to nobody, but he explained it to me. He was like, look at how society has programmed people. Society has programmed people to just think about their jobs. So he said, let me give you an example. He said, you become what you think about most of the time. So think about somebody. When they wake up, what's their first thought? For the most part, I got to get to work. I got to get to my job. Right? They get ready. They eat breakfast. They have their coffee to do what? To go to work. The whole time while they're doing it, they're worried about getting to their job on time. That's their focus. That's their main priority. Then when they're on their way to work, they're thinking about work. They're thinking about their job. Then they're in their job, and then they're thinking about how they can't wait to get out of their job. Then they get out of work, then they going home to do whatever it is, to then go to sleep, to then do what? Go to sleep thinking about, yo, I gotta go to sleep so I can wake up and be ready for my job. So people become their jobs. So that's why they say, if you put bananas and money in front of monkeys, they're always gonna pick the banana. Because guess what? All they know is the bananas, not knowing that the money can buy them more, but because all they know is that job, all they know is the bananas, they fall for that. That's why when I present businesses to people, and I tell people, yo, we can make money online. You can make money digitally. Let me show you how to do it. People say no, because all they know is their job, because they've become that job. They can't imagine themselves outside of that. So when you present people business, you could put a business and a job in front of people, and they will always choose the job. Almost every time. It's like the monkeys. You could put bananas and money in front of a monkey, and almost every time, out of 100 times, probably 100 times, the monkey is going to pick the banana over the money. Not knowing that the money can buy them more bananas. It's the same thing. The business can make you more money than your job, but because the job is all they know, it's the sad reality, but it's so true. They've become that. And you need to condition yourself out of that. So if you're on this call and you're like, sheesh, Neno, you're talking directly to me, take this and be like, yo, you know what, Neno, you're absolutely right. Don't take it personal. Don't be like, damn, Neno's coming at me. He's using this call to come at jobs. That's not what I'm doing here. I'm here to wake you up so that you can maybe like clear up the vision and be like, yo, sheesh, man, I've been sleeping this whole time. Let me wake up. You know what? Neno reached out to me about a business. Let me reach back out to him. These people been in my DMs talking to me about this business, that business. Let me actually go try that business. Sometimes that's what we need. We need a change. We need to do something different. Because if not, we'll always be the same. And we'll never grow, and we'll never be able to take steps in the right direction. Guys, we've been programmed in a very bad way. I can tell you guys that because I've been programmed too. And I've woken up. I've been on both sides. I know what it's like to be programmed, and then I know what it's like to be outside the program. And then it's a gift and a curse. Look at the gift. The gift is that you got out. The curse is that now you got to watch your friends and your family in the trap. It's the truth. Yo, this is the biggest gift. The biggest gift was that I got out. I got out the box. I got out the race. The curse is that now I got to watch my family and the people that I love the most stay in the trap because they don't believe that there's anything better outside. You don't know how much that hurts, bro. You don't know how much it hurts to watch my family and my favorite people in the world not believe that there's actually a better life on the other side. But just because they don't believe and they don't see outside of the box, there's no fun in that. And that's the truth. And unfortunately, guys, when you step out, that's going to be one of the most difficult parts about it. Because it's hard to watch your friends and your family stay the same when all you want to do is change them. When all you want to do is help them see the other side. When all you want to do is... And you know what? That's why they say that this is a lonely journey. I had to every day by myself work on me for years before I got my family and my friends to believe that it was possible. But when I first started, nobody believed in me. Nobody. Not my friends, not my family, not my relationship at the time. Nobody believed in me. Everybody thought I was nuts. Because remember, you're going against the grain. You're the black sheep. I'm the black sheep. And remember, the only way that you can change people, and this is the sad part about it. Listen to this. You can only change people two ways. You can change people through repetition. Most people won't change through repetition because they're not willing to put the work in over a long period of time. The second way to change somebody is through an emotional impact. You know how you can emotionally impact somebody? By the success story that you create. Because remember, you can only change people two ways. You can only change the way someone thinks two ways. Through repetition or through emotional impact. You're not going to change them through repetition because they're not going to do the business and they're not going to work on themselves repeatedly over a long period of time. So the repetition aspect of it is already out the picture. The only way you're going to be able to change somebody is through an emotional impact. And you know how you give them an emotional impact? By giving them a success story that they can't ignore. They're going to be like, damn, Natasha, you really up like that? You really traveling the world and making six figures and making over $10,000, $20,000 a month while I'm still here broke? That's an emotional impact because now they're like, Natasha's my sis. Natasha's been my best friend for 10 years. Tiffany, you telling me you're at the top of your company? You retired your family? You're driving the dream car? You just bought your dream home? And I'm still here living in this 2-bedroom apartment stuck? That's an emotional impact. That's going to give them an emotional impact. You know why I know that's real? Because that's how my boy did it to me. My brother Darwin, that's how he did it to me. He introduced me to the business. I said, no, I don't want to do it. We were on the block playing dices. Nah, I don't want to do it, bro. I'm good. 7-8 months later, he's on the block, but now he's making $25,000 a month. He's making $7,000, $8,000 a week. And here I am, stuck on the block with barely $20 in my pocket that my mom gave me this morning because I didn't have a job. So my boy that I know, that I shared clothes with, that slept on the same bed as me and everything, and we shared clothes and everything, we were broke together, but now he's making $8,000 a week while I'm still making, $20 a day that my parents was giving me over 7 days. I was making $140 a week. And struggling and barely making it by while my boy that I grew up with was making $8,000 a week. You know what that did? Emotional impact. It was an emotional impact. The reason why your family and your friends don't believe is because you haven't succeeded fast enough. You haven't gone hard enough. You're more worried about their opinions and what they're going to say about you than the work that you got to put in. That's the problem. You're more worried about what they're going to say and what they're going to think of you and all of these things, when in reality, you need to be worried about the work you got to do to change their lives. People started to believe more when I moved out of New York. When I started to make more money. When I buy that house for my mom and my dad this year coming up, that's when everybody's going to be like, sheesh. Damn, Neno, you did that, bro? You bought mom and dad a house? You making $100,000 a month? You're traveling the world? You're being invited to speak all over the world? You're just a kid from Washington Heights, just like all of us. But what they didn't see was the 7 years of pain and struggle that I put up with to get there. And then they're going to be like, bro, can you show me how to do it? And I would love to show them, but then are they willing to put in the 7 years of pain? That's the thing. Because remember, it takes a moment to become an overnight success. You could be grinding for 7 years straight and not have any success, and in 1 year, everything can change. In 1 year, everything can change. And then it's Yo, Neno, but you was just here chilling on the block with us a year or two ago, and you're making $100,000 a month. You're driving a Rolls Royce. You retired your family. You bought them a house in the Dominican Republic. You travel the world, telling people your story. Yeah, bro, that's what we're doing. Bro, but put me on. I'm trying to do the same thing. Well, bro, I've been doing this for the last 7 years. Are you willing to put in 7 years of pain? And that's when they're like, and then you know what's the thing? Then then it becomes discouraging, because it's like, damn, bro, I gotta put in 7 years. Luckily for them, they may not have to put in 7 years, because they say, write this down. Sometimes one person has to walk through the mud so that you could be able to walk on marble. I'm the one that walked on mud. Luckily for my friends and my family, that I'm the most generous person ever. I'm going to teach them everything that I did in 6 years, 7 years, so that way their journey could be 1 year, 2 years, 3 years max. I went through the mud so that they could walk on marble. They're going to be walking on marble. You know why they walk on marble? Because I'm going to give them the exact play on how I did it. They're not going to have to walk through the mud. They're not going to have to go. They'll obviously have to go through their own struggles. But they'll walk on marble compared to what I walked through. Anybody that's friends with me is already rich. If you're friends with me and you're family with me and you're on my team, you already rich. You should have peace knowing that, yo, I got Neno in my corner. Truth be told, if you are a friend of mine and we are connected, you should go to sleep at peace every night knowing, yo, you know what? I got Neno in my corner. That's the truth. I was saying this to Matt the other day, to Matt Rosa, my mentor. I'm like, bro, you don't understand the peace that having you in my life brings me, bro. Because I know that at any point, anything can go wrong, and I know that you got my back. I know that if I ever get lost, you will help me find myself. And it brings me peace knowing that I got you in my corner. You can live at peace knowing that you have somebody in your life that can guide you and show you the way. That's why I always tell people, yo, the peace that I have is unbelievable. Remember, money is not the biggest flex. Peace is. That's the flex. What is all the money in the world? What is all success in the world if you don't have no peace? Peace is the most beautiful thing that I have. Do I have chaos in my life? Yes, but I also have peace. Peace of mind that I can lay back and be like, yo, I'm at peace because I have the right people in my corner. That's why people talk about businesses and all of this stuff. And businesses are great, but the people in your life is what's going to bring you the real peace in life. If you know me and you follow me and you have a relationship with me, or you're looking to build a relationship with me, you should feel at peace every day knowing like, yo, Neno is my friend. Neno is my mentor. Neno is somebody that I can ask for guidance and he will give me guidance. He is somebody that can help me get out of the situations that I'm currently going through. You should feel at peace knowing that, fam. Because in reality, life is a series of tests. And as long as you have somebody that is willing to guide you through the process, you're abundant and you have more than enough peace. And I say that humbly, because I'm not here flexing on how much success I have or how much money I've made or how much accomplishments I've had. I'm here to tell you guys that just because of the wisdom and the source and the things that I've been able to gain access to, you guys are rich. Everyone on this live is rich and wealthy, and you just don't know it yet. You just haven't accepted it in your life yet. Every single person on this call is rich and wealthy and abundant. But guess what? You gotta accept it. You gotta allow that into your reality. Hold up, somebody asked up here. Let me see. Can you please reshare some of the right questions we should be asking ourselves daily? Yes, some of the right questions. It depends what you want in life, right? So let's say you want to develop a better relationship with God, for example. Your question should be, like the question that I ask is, why am I so good at building a closer relationship with God? If you want to develop leaders, right? I want to develop leaders. So I write down, why am I so good at developing leaders around me? Right? If you want to be more disciplined, why am I so good at being more disciplined? Or why am I so good at staying disciplined even through the struggles? It all depends on what you want and what do you feel like you need help in. But always ask the question in, why am I so good at, so on and so forth. Whatever you want to improve on, those are the questions you should be asking. And then you add whatever it is, whether it's consistency, whether it's love, whatever it is. Can you please repeat the sequence in your journal? Yes. I call it GAG. G-A-A-G. Right? G-A-G-G-double-A-G, which is gratitude, affirmations, which is asking questions in the form of affirmations, and then your goals. Why am I so good at speaking in front of people? There you go, Angelica. That's a great one. Why am I so good at building a closer relationship with God? Why am I so good at being aware of my love languages or of my partner's love languages so I can be able to fulfill them? Very, very powerful stuff, guys. The right questions will always lead to the right answers. My mentor always told me, he said, Neno, the quality of your life will be determined by the quality of the questions that you ask. Very key. And look, guys, if you're on this call and you've been looking for a community to be a part of, yo, you guys got me. We just launched Digital Dynasty. Neno, what is Digital Dynasty? Digital Dynasty, it is a group of successful individuals that are mastering the skills in the digital world and teaching others how to do it. That's what we're doing in Digital Dynasty, guys. What is a dynasty? Think about what a dynasty is. When you think about dynasties, a dynasty is a long-lasting family, okay, that dominates its marketplace, teaching people how to develop digital skills and create wealth. That's what we're doing here. If you guys see on my story, Digital Dynasty, if you guys see other people posting Digital Dynasty, it's because we are creating the largest movements of digital entrepreneurs so that people can learn how to make money online. Stay with that community, right? But if you're not a part of a community, you should be reaching out and be like, yo, how can I be a part of Digital Dynasty? DM me, Digital Dynasty, if you want to be a part of that. Because you guys can learn from that. You guys can surround yourself with the right people. You guys can learn the skill sets, the mindset, the key situations. Remember, guys, you don't pay for just the information. You pay for the community. So that's just something out there, right? For my people who are listening and need access to a community, let me know. I got you. If you're already a part of a community, stay with your community. You can always collaborate with our community. But guys, last thing I'm going to say so we can wrap it up, because I see that it's already 11:36 and I've been talking for too long. Make sure that you are taking the time to really focus on you this summer. The summer just started, man. It's only been a month into the summer. It's only been a month into the summer. So focus, lock in. July's about to wrap up. And guess what? You're going to need something else. Work on you. You working on you is the key to your success. The secret to your success is hidden in your daily routine. So I hope that this call was valuable. If this call was valuable, put a 777 in the chat box. If this call was valuable, I just come on here and I do my best to share as much value as I can with all of you guys. Teaching you guys the little things that can make a big difference in your life. These things have changed my life, and it can change your life as well, as long as you are willing to apply the information. I appreciate you, Arlene. Let's go, let's go. If you guys got value, 777s, fam. I do these calls every Tuesdays and Thursdays for free on Instagram at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. I do these calls every Tuesday and Thursdays at 10:30 a.m. for free. This is for out of love. If you want to be a part of Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, you gotta have a paid subscription for that. $100 a month for 12 calls a month, all of them recorded, and you get access to other memberships and other amazing stuff. But in the meantime, guys, we're here and we're running up the play. I really appreciate everybody that took the time to jump on today's call. I pray that all of you guys have a beautiful day filled with abundance and filled with blessings. And for my people that are dealing with struggles on this call right now, I pray that God puts his hand over you and that he heals you, that he forgives you, and that he guides you in the right direction out of whatever hole that you've dug yourself into. At the end of the day, some of us, we dig ourselves into holes, but it's good because that helps us develop the strength that we need to get out of those holes and be able to take ourselves to the next level, fam. So I appreciate you guys all so very much. I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your day.